Hi guys, Ronnie here. Welcome back to the table of content. If you couldn't already tell by the title, in today's video, we are going to be doing a look back and reminisce throughout all the memories of 2022. Well, sorry, not all the memories here, but at least a few of them. I'm going to be having my fiance Scott ask me 22 questions for the year of 2022. Anything from what are you proud of, anything you're looking forward to, biggest mistake or embarrassment. So stay tuned. But as always, make sure you give this video a like, comment down below, click that subscribe button and that bell icon so you never miss one of my uploads. So sit back, grab a bevy, grab a snack, and let's reminisce about 2022. All right, babes, hit me with the first question.
What are you most proud of?
Ooh, well, most proud of, I think that little goes without saying. The fact that I finished the Harry Potter series in 3 months, all 7 books, I what a way to start 2022. Like I said in last year's video, I really want to start off 2022 right. I've been getting back into reading, and Harry Potter was a great way to start. I had the first book from a Secret Santa. I got the last book from my mom 10 years ago, and so between that time frame, I was able to finish it. Um, I would definitely say that's what I'm most proud of, just finishing those books and really pushing myself in this new year to start off and just dive deep into reading. I've read now, couldn't even tell you how many books, but like Harry Potter, what a good start. Also, too, started Harry Potter, ending Harry Potter. So I got my tattoo here. It is the start of my sleeve for my quote. So it's going to be, words are, in my not so humble opinion, our most inexhaustible source of magic, capable of both inflicting injury and remedying it, with a couple icons for the Deathly Hallows in all 7 books. Like, absolutely proud of myself.
What are you looking forward to in 2023?
Ooh, okay. What am I looking forward to in 2023? I would just have to say probably working on my mental, spiritual, and physical self, and growth. Mentally working with my therapist, making sure everything is good on the inside, matches my outside. Physical, of course, want to be more healthy, more fit. I've been trying to do different workouts and different challenges to keep me up and going, on top of already staying on my feet for 8 hours a day at Fossil. Spiritual, I would definitely say through the self-help books that I've read throughout this year, better understanding where I fit into this world, the universe, the energy that surrounds me, and how I give it off. What else? Taking a tea break, as I always do in the beginning of the year. So this time, instead of for a month, I'm going to go for as long as I can. Fingers crossed for a year. Obviously, reading more. Like, I love reading, and I really want to challenge myself this year, or next year, excuse me, to see how many books I can actually read. I'm going to be starting a new job, so I'm going to be taking a little step back from Fossil and diving into something new, so be sure to click back for that. What else? Diving into my drag career. Like, Veronica really got off the ground this year, and I can't wait to see what 2023 has. A few different surprises for you guys, some things in the making, so of course you'll be on the journey for that. And I'd say, to top it off, is growing more with Scott. Like, we're going to be going to the year of 2023 as an engaged couple, celebrating my birthday, different birthdays, celebrations, events, and I can't wait. Just having that extra title of engaged couple and fiance is just what I'm so looking forward to in 2023.
What's something that you wanted to do but didn't get to do?
Okay, something that I wanted to do but didn't do this year. I'd say maybe becoming an ASL interpreter. I know I had my expectations set high for that, and that's something I really want to focus on this new year. I'll probably go into another video about it. Obviously, I haven't been keeping you guys up to date with my whole journey with that and what I've been doing with my testing and all that. So I would definitely say there's going to be another video in the new year. It's nothing bad, nothing crazy. I'm not stopping. Still pursuing that. Still consign. Still sign. But yeah, I would definitely just say, like, it just something that I would have wanted to do. Am I sad about it? A little. Am I overworked about it? No. And I think in the new videos where I'll explain it to you guys. So stay tuned for a new video or a new podcast.
What's something that you did that surprised yourself?
Ooh, all right. Something I did that surprised myself. Actually, just give me hopefully a quick second here while we're live now. The fact I read so much this year. Right now I'm just on my phone for podcast people. I'm on my phone looking through. It's called Storygraph, and it keeps track of your books, your different moods, how fast you read them, and whatnot. So for the year of 2022, wait, 25 books. Oh my God. 25 books that I read this entire year. Holy. Yeah, Ronnie. Oh my God. 25 books. Started off with Harry Potter. Um, yeah, that makes so much sense. I finished Harry Potter. I finished my queer something like series. Just goes into different people's lives intertwining with the ultimate gay story of Benjamin and Tim, gay lovers throughout time, losses, triumphs, all that. Great queer series. Um, I finished a memoir by Billy Porter. Great actor, producer, musician, dancer, voguer from Pose. I did a lot of self-help books, as I said before. So I did, let me see, The Language of Letting Go, The Art of Saying No, The Power of Positive Energy. What a book. Highly recommended. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a literally just giving a little and not none at all. Stop Overthinking. Makes sense for those of us that are overthinkers like myself, just constantly thinking and wanting to slow down the brain a little bit. Twilight. Read the Twilight series as well. Watch the movies. I'm not going to get a Twilight tattoo, but like that was a series I definitely want to read. And just a few other queer books. Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda, where Love Simon is from. Conventionally Yours, really good. What else? You're a Mean One, Matthew Prince. So around the holidays, it was kind of like a Grinch spin-off. So that was a good book. My annual Christmas Carol that I always read on Christmas Eve, between Christmas Eve and Christmas Eve. So that's something. But yeah, I can't wait to start the new year. I have already my 6 books lined up. A majority of them are queer. So how I started this year with Harry Potter, I'm starting next year with a bunch of queer books. But wow, 25 books. That definitely would be something that surprised me this year.
Is there anything you'd redo or change?
Something I redo or change. Kind of goes back to the whole ASL thing. I would have to say not putting such high and unrealistic expectations on myself. Um, Obviously, we would try to do everything we can. We want everything. We want to try to do everything at once. We can't have it all, and realistically, you can't. I would definitely say, yeah, I tried getting Veronica's drag career off the ground. I tried becoming an ASL interpreter. I tried going closer with Scott. I just had a multitude of things that I want to do. Was it realistic? In my brain, it was. I felt like I'm a very good multitasker, and so why wouldn't I be able to get all these things done? Oh, no big deal. I have no time, energy. I have endless amounts. No, like, no, that is, no, just listen here. Just set realistic expectations for yourself, because just wanting to do it all just is not going to be good. You're just ultimately going to set yourself up for failure. So that's something I would definitely want to either redo or change, is set better expectations for myself. Not that I didn't set great ones. It was just I set, I think, too many. And that's what culminated in the whole unrealistic. Like I tried doing so much at once. I always try putting time dates to myself, like timelines and whatnot. So I would definitely say I grew closer to Scott. I proposed. Veronica's drag career, kind of off the ground. Did I become an ASL interpreter? No. But again, it's one of those expectations that I put on myself that I probably shouldn't have. I should go, not slow, but like at my own pace. Trying to finish it now for the last couple of years. And I think just the mix of the pandemic and trying to put these expectations on myself and ultimately just trying to work myself. I think that working myself was ultimately what I needed to do this year, which is what I did. Like I did so much work on myself this year, and I'm so proud. It's really hard to put into words, but just this kind of enlightenment that I feel about myself. Again, giving zero, growing closer with Scott, being able to communicate, taking a real deep look at myself on the inside, and just doing that more introspective work. Again, therapy for anybody and everybody, go to it. But yeah, sorry, long answer, but I definitely think that'd be something I'd want to redo or change, is just not set such high expectations on myself.
What's one word to describe the year?
One word to describe this year. Growth. Yeah, growth. Growth in each other, growth in ourselves. Um, yeah, I guess just we've grown as we go, Scott and I. That's our song. That's what I proposed to him, and it's so true. Just grow. Like I would definitely say that's the word of the year. I grew in my love and my commitment to Scott. I grew in my mental, physical, and spiritual health. I grew my inner friend circle, not inner friend circle, just friends in general. I met so many people and growth, socializing, meeting new people, growth in my family. Am a gunkle with Scott and I, and having the birth of our nephew Jackson with an X this year. Yeah, just growth, and I think that's what's going to continue into 2023. Like, just growth. So, yeah, that's the word to describe 2022. Growth.
Best thing that you did for somebody else this year?
Okay. Something I did this year for someone else. My first go-to is like, oh, I proposed to Scott. That's my thing for the year. But no. Something I did this year for someone else. Um, Along with Veronica's drag career getting off the ground, my drag daughter Cabana Love. Yeah, I would definitely have to say getting her drag career off the ground as well, and getting her to perform with me in the troupe Queen CD's a Drag. Yeah, I think just the connection that we have is really nice. And for me, having a drag daughter, it's hard to explain because coming from a fraternity, but then also being an older brother. So like I'm an older brother to Marcus. I'm a fraternity brother to so many guys across the country and also in Plymouth. And then I'm sort of a big brother or a big sister to Cabana. And I think just being in that role, I really love being a mentor, just showing people the ropes, getting them out of their shell and getting them more comfortable with who they are. And so this was a conversation we had a while back with Cabana. And just if she would be ready, if she'd really want to. She is. She just to know where, what to do, and yada yada. So being a Miss Queen City Pride, I had my connections and whatnot. And so when I was reached out about doing this opportunity, she was definitely one that I thought of. I'm like, all right, we need two drag kings, excuse me, two drag queens. So like me and my daughter. And yeah, I would definitely say since that, both shows now, doing the Hot Haunt in October and then doing Queer Holiday just a few weeks ago. She's really come out of her shell. Like her first performance made me cry because you could just see the genuine happiness in her eyes, and she killed it. She slayed that stage, made that coin, and came back for another show, and now we're a regular thing. So like we're the two drag queens, there's two other drag kings and multiple special guests that'll be coming in. But like I am so proud of her for her growth and everything she's been through. And then just having her by my side, also trying myself to figure out this world and try the whole drag thing. Like it's really nice to have that camaraderie and that companionship in a way. Like my drag daughter, she's going to grow with me as I grow. And of course, I'm going to bring her to every event I can, bring her out and do everything we can. But like, yeah, I would definitely say that is probably the best thing I did for someone other than myself or for Scott in this year. So let's see what 2023 has. House of La Force.
What's something that you did this year that you think you'll remember for the rest of your life?
Okay. Something I did this year that I'll remember. Apart from proposing, remember for the rest. I think honestly, yeah. Very much a music guy. Very into Dua Lipa, Elton John. They did a collaboration on Cold Heart. I definitely think I would remember this for the rest of my life. Is I gone with one of my buddies down to Boston to see Dua Lipa in concert. Amazing show. Top 10, like definitely top 10 concerts I've been to. But then they did their rendition of Cold Heart, and everybody kept thinking, it's like, oh, is Elton John going to sneak out and come sing with her? It's like, no. So she was singing, but then behind her, she had the screen of Elton John pre-recorded to sing with her. So that was amazing. And then when me, Scott, and our moms decided to go to Elton John this year, that was also a question like, is he going to sing the song? Oh, he is? Oh, is he going to bring her out? No, but he had the pre-recording too. So I look back at my phone, I'm just looking at both of these, and I'm just like, wow, I got to see Dua Lipa and then sing with Elton John, and then Elton John sing with Dua Lipa. And it's like, I think just hearing that song from both perspectives in one year, that's something I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. Definitely want to go to more concerts in the new year, so that's something. But I definitely say between those two concerts, that's something I'm definitely going to remember for the rest of my life.
What's your favorite movie of the year?
No question about it. Favorite movie of the year? Avatar 2, The Way of Water. Like, we've waited now, what, 13 years for this movie to come out, and it did not disappoint. I had gone to see it with me, Scott, my younger brother Marcus, and our dad. Actually, like that Sunday when it came out, and it was great. We saw it in 2D, I guess, so not 3D. But I can only imagine what it would look like in 3D. My mom really wants to see it, so that'll probably be another movie night to go out and see it. But we're gonna see it in 3D because those underwater scenes, the behind the scenes of how it's made, like, oh my goodness, what a production team and what imagination to think about that. Hands down, my favorite part is where they did Navi sign language. So just to learn a little bit how this means thank you in ASL, like this, your hands flickering out from your chest means thank you in Navi. So definitely top movie of 2022 for me.
How about your favorite show of the year?
Ooh, okay. So favorite TV show. Geez, not as quick as movie. So many shows. Uh, I'd have to say a top, if not my favorite, is probably the revamp of Queer as Folk. For those of you who don't know, it was an old show on Stars, I believe. Queer as Folk, just settling on this group of gays in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, going through the ins and outs, some lesbians friends, some gay friends, youngins, getting together, breaking up, and just all the turmoils and successes that queer life has. So they had revamped it, and I believe they did it on HBO or Paramount this year. But yeah, it was really nice seeing that back again. They started off with the very first episode of the Pulse nightclub shooting. Very emotional for all of us queers. If you're not crying, you're lying to yourself. But yeah, I would definitely say that's my favorite series of the year. Definitely since coming out and just stepping more into my queerness and recognizing more queer media. Queer as Folk was one of those for me that initially had started, like, not the questioning, but just making myself more comfortable in seeing it's like, okay, so people can be happy. I mean, this is very vamped up for TV and whatnot, like the older show, but like it kind of gave me a nice insight to like what queer life is like down in Pittsburgh. Kind of reminds me a little bit of P-Town. Queer people left and right, Rainbow Crossroads. You can go to a leather bar here, you can go to a twink bar over there, and then there's a lesbian bar all the way down the street. But yeah, this is definitely one of those series that I really liked. Hopefully they come back with season 2, if not more. Yeah, so favorite show of 2022.
What's the most embarrassing moment of the year?
Most embarrassing moment of the year. God, did I embarrass myself? And not to be like that, but like, I feel like I would have remembered. Yeah, no, actually, yeah. I would say not overly embarrassing. It was nothing crazy. Nobody got hurt or anything, but it was during the Haunt drag show at Stark Brewery. I was just in my routine, in my feelings, doing all my thing, and I ended up twirling a little too hard. And then one of my toes, so on my left foot, my little pinky toe had popped out of a heel, and so I was kind of like staggering a little bit. By the time I twisted, I kind of like lost my balance and landed on a table just with my hands, like I'd slapped it. Nobody got hurt, no drink spilt or anything like that. But yeah, that was definitely a little bit of an embarrassing moment. Scott had pointed it out later on, but whatever. Yeah, that's probably the most embarrassing. Beyond that, I would have said last year. Last year, the most embarrassing thing was during the middle of Pride. My boobs falling off from my drag outfit. I had this very, very sexy looking Versace bodysuit, but yeah, you see these things just going south. That would have been, if you had asked me that last year, that would have been my most embarrassing. But this year, I've stepped it up a little bit. But yeah, I would definitely say twirling and kind of like laying on patrons' table was probably the most embarrassing for me. Luckily, nobody got on camera.
How about a time that you laughed the hardest this year?
Time I laughed the hardest this year. I laughed a lot this year. I truly laughed a lot this year. The hardest, I'd have to see what's with Scott or work. No. Yep. Actually, a mix of both. Funny enough. So at work we have our playlist that just plays a little background music and whatnot. Um, oh, I'm cracking up just thinking about it. So last year for Scott's birthday, we had gone down to Boston to a drag show. Cute, fun, loved it. You got a lap dance to a certain song. And I think, actually, no, I know it was that song that had played in the outlets at my store, and I just listened to it for a quick second. I'm like, wait, yep, I can picture the song. I can picture the moment. Oh my God, Scott getting a lap dance, and I just could not stop laughing. It was to the song, like love me, say that you love me. And all I can picture is me filming with my phone and him having these badonkadonks in his face and just going bump and bump and bump and just getting a lap dance. And oh my goodness, what fun. Oh, what? Yeah, that that makes me laugh every time. And I think it was the fact I just blurted out laughing in the middle of work, and people are like, "What the hell is wrong with this kid?" And I had to show him the video. It's like, "Oh no, Scott got a lap dance last year from this song." So, yeah, definitely one of the times I laughed hardest this year. So, thanks, babe.
What's something that you learned to do or had never done before?
Okay. Something I learned. I mean, every day's a learning curve. Something I'd never done before. Um, Honestly, I'd probably have to say just with a whole year of growth, working on myself spiritually, mentally, physically, I would have to say I learned how to look inside myself and see the bigger picture. I know, deep, always being deep, Ronnie. Not everything is going to happen as you want it. Not everything is going to be as you expected. But if one thing that this year has taught me is as long as I keep an open mind and an open heart, without judgment, criticism, or one to look for it, you'll seriously find yourself having these experiences and things happening to you that you would have never expected, but they're perfect for you. Um, since reading, definitely, I think the power of positive energy, just realizing how my energy influences the energy of the universe and how what I put out is what I get back. And so I think I've really done a lot of that, just looking at myself, but then also putting out what I want to get back. And so it may not always happen the way I want to, but I would definitely say on a few occasions, things happen for me that I never expected to or wasn't looking for. It just kind of happened. My dad's always said that lucky is just a combination of being prepared and opportunity. So on more than one occasion, I was very much ready and I had the opportunity. And so it just kind of landed in my lap. So yeah, that's something I definitely learned to do this year. Just take a look at my insides and be more open, I guess, and kind of be more welcoming to anything the universe has to send me. So, 2023, what you got?
How about your most newsworthy event?
Really?
What?
Yeah, no, most newsworthy event. Proposing to my boyfriend, now my fiance. That most newsworthy, like the fact that it was supposed to happen back in March and now in September happened. It happened. I'm engaged. I knew it was going to happen this year, and I'll go into detail more about that in a new video next year so I don't ruin the surprise for other people. But, like, I knew I was going to propose. I knew it was kind of going to happen. I just know when. Um, but I would definitely say that's definitely the most newsworthy. Just over a year of couples therapy. Nothing for anything bad. Just wanted to work on communication ourselves and be better partners to each other. Um, Nothing like I ever imagined. And I think it's because this is such a right relationship for me, a very much correct one, like the relationship for me. We've grown so much in the last 4 years through the pandemic, through ups and downs, ebbs and flows, grow as we go. I can be my most authentic self around him, and I think that ultimately is what sealed the deal for me. Is of course we have quirks about each other. We comment, we try to help each other. We don't always judge or criticize. You should never judge or criticize your partner or fiance or whatever, but let no. But I just think it's like he challenges me in ways I never expected, and by doing so, he makes me a better person. And at that concert, that was just it. Like I knew obviously it was gonna happen because I had written a note, told the person. So as soon as the light came on in the background, the recording, I'm like, okay, I know what's gonna happen. Time to do the deed. And I just think that was definitely the most newsworthy event, at least of my life and of 2023 or 2022. And now we get to plan the queerest wedding of 2025. Gonna give it a few years, planning, traveling, other adventures, but like that's definitely something I'm looking forward to is planning a queer wedding with this man. And we have so many ideas. Can't wait to get him on here on the podcast and just spill it out to you guys. But just you wait. But yeah, 2022, most newsworthy event, proposing to Scott.
What was your biggest lesson learned this year?
This kind of goes back to the whole like something you learned and never done. Well, I guess lesson. Yeah, lesson learned. Don't hold anything in. And this is specifically for those that are in a relationship or with a significant other is try not to hold things in and communicate your feelings. Me being a big perpetrator of that, it'd be stupid things I would hang on to, let it boil and fester inside, and finally come out. And it's either yelling, not screaming, but just like it didn't come out in the way I would have wanted to. Um, I need to be better at speaking up, conveying my feelings and emotions, and definitely saying it in a way where it's not as confrontational, just more like, hey, this is what I'm saying, this is what I'm feeling. I would definitely say the biggest part in my relationship was that, or is that, and communication. That's a key to any relationship, and that's something I've definitely struggled with. So, yeah, I would definitely say the biggest lesson learned in 2022 was just don't hold things in. Communicate as soon as you can. I get it. You don't want to do it in the moment. You don't want to ruin whatever, especially if you're on family, public, whatever. But definitely don't let it fester. I've been doing a good job of trying to not let things stay in. If it really does bother me past 24 hours, give it 24 hours, see how you feel. If it really does still bother you, then confront it. Your emotions are in check. You're not over heightened and whatnot. Um, yeah, so I definitely say just don't hold anything and just convey what you need to and just express your truth.
Do you have a favorite place that you visited this year?
Ooh, okay. Favorite place I visited? Did a lot of stuff this year actually. Went to the Bahamas, went to Austin, went to down to Florida. Multiple weddings, so multiple different adventures there. Actually, yeah, I'd have to say it was number two, Austin. I'd never been to the Bahamas, but I'd been somewhere tropical like that before. I've been to Florida before. But I definitely say Austin was my first this year. But I think what really put it was the fact I got to sign every day. Um, I gone down there to stay with a family that's really close with me. My mentor's family actually. So when I was taking my test, I stayed with them. Um, it was a couple, man and woman. She's an interpreter. He's deaf. Runs a deaf company, and then has two adorable deaf kids. A few years apart, but one of them is old enough where he really yanks at your heartstrings with how well he can sign and how much he can really communicate with you. Apart from the beautiful scenery of Austin that it is, yeah, it would definitely be the fact that I signed every day, and it was really nice because some days I would go without speaking, or there would be moments where I wouldn't speak at all, and I'm like, wow, this is really nice. Yeah, so my favorite place this year would definitely be Austin, Texas.
What's the most memorable moment or day of the year?
Okay, you're gonna cry from this. Sorry, and I'm gonna cry too. The most memorable moment or day of the year, I would have to say it's when I got the ring back. I had these rings, so like what I'm wearing, I was wearing one the day I met Scott. That ring, long 4 years, but when I got that ring back and it was finally engraved, it on the inside it just said, "And so our journey began." That's gonna sit with me because I only remember for this reason. It was Monday. And it was down to the wire right before the concert. And there were still people I need to tell, and so I really wanted to tell it with the ring and everything. And so I just remember that day. It's like, wow, this is happening. I am going to propose to my best friend. Um, the people there were amazing at Days Jewelers in Manchester. Hats off to you. You guys did such a great job with the engraving. You were very cordial, friendly, very communicative about what's going on. Um, but yeah, I remember it just like it was yesterday. I got in the contact to come in, pick up the ring, packed it up, gave me a couple bottles of bubbly, and had me on my way and wished me well. Yeah, that's definitely a moment I'm gonna remember. More than the proposal, I don't think so, but I just think everything leading up to it, I didn't really have any bad moments or anything that didn't happen my way. It all happened my way, and so I think that's what sealed it is getting the ring back, writing the notes, telling the people I needed to. It just all happened together the way I wanted to, and that's what's gonna be most memorable for me.
How about some of the best advice that you received in 2022?
Ooh, okay. The best advice. The best advice. Jeez, I received so much advice, not just from people, but like books or like just quotes that really helped me. Best advice. All right, let's go people. Mom, she's always had my back. Marcus, God, Dad. Yeah, dad. As wise as my dad is, um, youngest for the longest time he lectured us. And just giving us different lessons, making sure we're really aware of ourselves, making sure we're understanding the world we live in. Um, so the advice from him was constant. It was great. But the best advice this year definitely came from my dad. It was right before I was getting ready to propose to Scott. It was the family camping trip, so we were up at Gunstock, and it was me, my brother, my dad, and my uncle. And I wanted to tell both of them at once, but I also wanted Marcus there just for support. But when I told him that, first off, it was fluctuated. Like, wait, are you having kids? Like, no, I'm proposing. We're gonna be having a white boy join this family, not a baby, a man. And so my dad just looked at me and just simply said three words: follow your heart. And plain and simple, raw English. Like that. What else is he gonna say? Like just follow your heart. And I did. I proposed. I followed my heart. No regrets. And yeah, that's definitely the best advice I ever got this year. Follow your heart.
How about an achievement that you're proud of this year?
Okay, an achievement I am most proud of this year. I achieved reading 25 freaking books. I achieved finishing the Harry Potter series. I An achievement. Getting my drag career really off the ground. Yeah, I would definitely say getting Veronica LaForce off the ground. That was definitely a focus of mine for this year, and I think it holds true. I did my birthday in drag. I did Pride in drag. I had multiple opportunities for Pride parties in drag, and now Queen Cities of Drag in drag. What a year! Both learning new techniques, different makeup, different events, and yeah, I would definitely say that is such an achievement. Only because of what's going to happen for 2023. Little spoiler, Queen Cities of Drag is going to be going full force in 2023, the third Monday of every month. So now that she has a regular thing, Veronica is just going to grow. And wait till you guys see, like, that's all I'm going to leave it with. Just wait till you guys see, because I don't even think I'm ready for what's happening, let alone you guys. So definitely click back soon, because you're going to be seeing a lot more Veronica this year. Definitely a lot more in 2023.
Reminisce on one great compliment that you got.
Okay, reminisce on a compliment I got this year. Oh, don't have to think twice about that. For my 10-year reunion. Um, yeah, it would definitely that's definitely a compliment that's going to stick with me. If it wasn't for the fact like a day or a moment that I would remember for the rest of my life, it's definitely this is the greatest compliment I think I received this entire year. It's no shade to anybody else that complimented me or whatever, Scott, parents, whatever. But like, I think because this came from an real outside perspective, somebody I hadn't seen in 10 years. Um, as I said in my video before with the candy canes, I talked about how at my 10-year reunion, someone had come up to me and just said this, that you just seem to be so happy in that you're living your most authentic life. And I still think about that. It gives me goosebumps. It makes me tear up. And I'm just like, for somebody else to see that and recognize it, but then have the courage to tell me that, thank you. Um, yeah, I would definitely say that's the greatest compliment I ever got this year. And because I wasn't expecting it, I wasn't looking for it. Do I think I had maybe the biggest glow up of my class for the 10-year? Yeah, but I had no idea where that comment was coming from. Like, thank you. I still got to figure out who said that, but like, oh, what a comment. Yeah, the best compliment I got is just being told over the last 10 years I look like I've been living my most authentic life and being happy. And you're so right. I have.
What or whom are you most thankful for?
What or whom am I most thankful for this year? Can I just say everybody? Like anybody that's touched my life in one way or another. My parents for their unconditional love and continued support. My brother for being Marcus, for being my brother. My friends, my coworker, my boss, my mentor. I'm at a loss. Most thankful for. would it be so bad to say my fiance? Like, not that it's been the toughest year, but just I feel we've done so much growth in this last year, and I am beyond thankful for him. Thankful for putting up with me. First off, I'm not an easy person to put up with. But also too, just always trying. Oh God, I don't want to cry. Um, no matter what, whether it's an argument, a disagreement, a rude comment, we're always growing, and I truly think that I am thankful that he does keep trying. He's one of those that he recognizes when he's done something wrong, and if to do better, he works on it. Yeah, just your continuing support, love, and motivation to make me a better person. We do that for each other already, but like, oh, just all the adventures we've gone on, and I can't wait to go on. I truly am just thankful for this man. Like, I have a partner in life now that gets me, is there for me, would do anything for me, and having that feeling and that sense of security really is nice. So, who am I most thankful for? Scott. Thankful for you, Scott. Love you, babe. Okay, final question. Hit me.
How do you feel about where you started this year compared to now?
Wow. Um, how did where I start this year compare to now? Obviously better. Not that the year started off crappy or anything. Like I started off with 28 in drag. What else? Going down drag shows, seeing people, and then now holidays, drag shows. How did where I start? I feel, I guess, more enlightened, more educated, and that's just in a variety of things. I read a lot. I got different insights on things. I learned a lot from my relationship, through work, through life. Um, yeah, I definitely say this whole year has been pretty good. On a consistent basis. Obviously, it had its up and downs, but like we didn't have a pandemic to throw a wrench into things. Scott and I didn't have a lot of weddings this year, which is kind of nice. We had other adventures. Um, I'd say it just ended well, or like where it is now comparatively, like it's really good. Excuse me. Next year, we'll see. I definitely have a bigger picture and a better understanding of where I want next year to go. But yeah, I would definitely say it compared to earlier in this year, like where I'm at now, it's pretty nice. Started this year as a boyfriend, uh, with not an idea of if I'm going to become an interpreter, if Veronica's going to get off the ground. I'm ending the year engaged, planning a wedding. Veronica to stomp all over New England and make this place her kingdom. Interpreter, no, but again, I'm not sad about it. So I definitely say where I started to where I am now, pretty good. Well, guys, I think that's it. I think that's a wrap on 2022. And man, what a year. Uh, so much that happened, so much to reminisce about, so much to look forward to in 2023. And I can't wait. I feel like I did so much. I didn't put out as much content as I did last year, but for what I did do, I think I did pretty all right. Uh, can't wait to look forward into 2023. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon. Hope you guys are having a great end of the year. Celebrate however you can. Be safe. I'll see you guys in 2023. Bye.